One wrong bottle of oil ends your engine early. Right now, sitting in your driveway, there's a decision you make in under 5 minutes at the parts store that quietly decides whether your engine dies at 120,000 miles or keeps running past 400,000 miles, and almost nobody tells you the truth about it. Today you're going to find out which oil viscosity between 0W-20, 5W-30, and 5W-40 is secretly starving your engine while the other one is quietly saving it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the approved choice in your manual might be setting you up for a financial disaster you won't see coming until your engine is already dying. Stick with me, because number one on this list is the mistake that's already costing thousands of drivers thousands of dollars in repairs they never saw coming. At number 7, you're chasing a fuel economy gain worth about 70 cents at the pump. And that 70 cents is the bait that gets you every single time you fill up. You feel smart running 0W-20 because your manual calls it approved, certified, factory recommended, and that half a mile per gallon feels like a real win for your budget. But your engine doesn't care about EPA testing cycles or KF fuel standards, it only cares about oil film strength. And 0W-20 hands you the thinnest margin for error of any viscosity on this list. Your oil temperature runs 8 to 12 degrees hotter under real driving conditions, and by 500 miles you're already staring at 13% viscosity breakdown, which means your protection is disappearing while you're still driving on it every single day. Owners flooding forums and Consumer Reports surveys report climbing wear metals in oil analysis long before they expected any trouble. And that's not bad luck. That's your engine quietly screaming for help behind a dashboard that shows absolutely nothing wrong. This is a ticking time bomb sitting under your hood right now, and you won't hear it go off until the repair bill lands in your inbox. At number 6, your wallet takes a hit you never planned for, because early varnish formation in your valve train isn't a maybe, it's a documented outcome of running oil too thin for the job you're asking it to do. You start noticing your oil darkening faster, your residual oil film thinning out after shutdown, and none of that trips a warning light. It just shows up years later as a 4-figure repair bill you never budgeted for. Stop and go traffic, blistering summer heat, long highway commutes. All of it accelerates the shear and thinning already working against you, and your engine has nowhere to hide from that stress. Technicians tearing these engines down past 100,000 miles keep finding sludge deposits and sticky lifters that never should have formed this early, and every one of those findings traces straight back to a film strength that simply wasn't strong enough. This isn't a defect. It's a trap baked into a system optimized for regulatory compliance, not for your engine surviving to 250,000 miles. At number 5, you're staring down a repair bill that can run anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000. Once premature wear finally catches up, and that's before the resale value collapse hits you on top of it. A car with documented oil consumption or wear issues loses value fast, and buyers who spot even a whisper of engine trouble on a vehicle history report will walk away or lowball you without blinking. NHTSA complaint databases are packed with owners reporting oil consumption on engines running manufacturer recommended thin viscosities, some burning a quart every 500 to 2,000 miles while dealerships shrug it off as normal. Insurance doesn't cover wear-related engine failure, so you're footing that bill entirely alone, with zero safety net and zero warning it was ever coming. Your gamble on saving 70 cents at the pump can end up costing you the price of an entire used car in resale value. At number 4, here's where the story flips, and where your regret can turn into relief if you catch it before your next oil change. 5W-30 drops your oil temperature by 6 to 9 degrees compared to that thinner alternative, and your viscosity loss stays under 5% instead of spiraling past 13 by the same mileage mark. Wear metals in lab analysis drop by 35 to 40%, and that's not a small improvement. That's the difference between an engine limping to 150,000 miles and one comfortably crossing 300,000 without a second thought. Veteran mechanics with 25 years turning wrenches give you the same answer every time you ask what they run in their own daily driver, and it's never the thin stuff regulators pushed into owners' manuals to hit a compliance number. Bearings stay visibly cleaner under inspection, cam lobes hold their oil film longer, and varnish buildup drops noticeably compared to what shows up after thousands of miles on thinner oil. Your fuel economy loss is pennies, Your protection gain is massive, and that math alone should send you to check your own dipstick tonight. At number 3, you need to see the financial betrayal hiding inside your own glovebox paperwork that almost nobody reads twice. Many engines specifying thin oil here in the United States were originally validated and durability tested on thicker oil, and the switch wasn't driven by your engine's needs. It was driven by emissions targets and fuel economy mandates, quietly rewriting your maintenance schedule without your consent. That means the exact same engine under your hood might call for a completely different, more protective viscosity in another country. Same hardware, same tolerances, different regulatory priorities, and you're the one absorbing all the risk on American roads. Your manual was never written to maximize how long your engine survives. It was written to satisfy a compliance spreadsheet sitting in an office thousands of miles from your driveway. Owners who've cross-referenced international manuals for the identical engine platform keep finding thicker recommended oil overseas, and that discovery alone should make you question everything printed on your oil cap. At number 2, if you're towing, driving aggressively, living somewhere brutally hot, or running a turbocharged engine under constant load, running the wrong thin oil isn't a small mistake. It's a costly mistake with a 5-figure price tag attached. 5W-40 drops your oil temperature another 3 to 5 degrees under sustained heavy load, keeps viscosity loss under 2%, and holds wear metals like iron and copper at levels that make mechanics nod in genuine approval during oil analysis. But here's your trap if you're only driving light-duty short trips. That thicker oil creates slower circulation on cold starts and adds drag you never needed, wasting protection potential and a little fuel economy for nothing meaningful in return. Owners running turbocharged engines on the wrong viscosity report turbo-bearing wear and premature oil breakdown showing up in analysis long before the manufacturer's suggested change interval is even reached. Matching viscosity to how you actually drive isn't optional information. It's the difference between an engine thriving for 2 decades and one limping toward an early grave 5 years too soon. At number 1, here's the truth that should keep you up tonight. Your engine doesn't care about marketing slogans, warranty averages, or what feels convenient at the parts store counter. It only cares about oil film strength, heat control, and long-term stability, and getting this wrong is the single most expensive mistake you can make without ever touching a wrench. Drivers who blindly follow the manual without questioning it are statistically more likely to face premature wear, costly repairs, and a devastating hit to resale value. And Consumer Reports data alongside real owner complaints back that up again and again across thousands of documented cases. Your engine's entire lifespan was decided the moment you picked which bottle to pour in. And most drivers never even think twice about that decision until a dealership hands them a bill that changes everything. Every year you run the wrong viscosity is another year of invisible wear compounding against you, quietly stacking the odds toward an engine replacement instead of a simple oil change. Choose wrong here, and every other maintenance habit you're doing right won't save you from this one ticking time bomb. You've just learned exactly why the recommended choice isn't always the safest choice for your wallet or your engine. And now you know how to protect yourself before regret turns into a repair bill. Tell me in the comments what oil is running in your engine right now and where you're watching this from, because I read every single one. If you found this useful, subscribe, because 70% of you watching haven't hit that button yet, and I don't want you finding out the hard way what I just showed you today. Stick around, because the next video breaks down another hidden money pit sitting in your driveway right now, and you don't want to miss it.